Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? I hope you are feeling good today. I am coming down with a bit of hay fever, so you have to forgive me if I snuffle a little bit. I'll do my best throughout this workout. As seems to be the norm these days when I go live on Facebook, I have no feedback from Facebook that it's working, so I'm going to assume that it is. So today's session is a resistance-based session. It'll be something, thank you, Dave. It'll be something similar to what we've done before, a little bit different. You've got 4 sections. In each section, we've got 6 exercises, and we're going to do them for a specific amount of time. And then we will have a small amount of rest in between each exercise. But there are 4 sections. We're actually doing 2 batches of them. So there's 2 groups of exercises. We're going to repeat it. First time round we do each of them with 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. And then we are going to do an AMRAP between each section. AMRAP, we've done this before. These normally in my cards are do joy. As many rounds as possible, 2 exercises on a loop for 1 minute. It's all programmed into our session today, so there's no cards. These have been predetermined. We'll go straight from the first round of exercises into the AMRAP, then we'll have a minute's rest before we start the second round. Rounds 3 and 4, we're doing 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. Now, I did mention before, and it was in the notes, if you have some kind of step or stool, this is what I'm going to be using. This will be an ideal height. If you don't have anything, don't worry, we can modify it as we go along. If you do, perfect. And you probably don't want anything too much higher than this because you are going to need to step on it. If you've got particularly long legs and you can step onto a chair, fine. But something ideally you can step onto. So my old, quite old, trusty IKEA stool thing is going to come in handy for that when we get there. And so you also want some kind of weight. So I'm going to be using this. This is a simple kettlebell. Single kettlebell. You could use 2 if you have 2 or a lighter weight. You could use something heavier. If you want to, you can use dumbbells. If you happen to have a barbell, you can use that. If you want to use a broom handle, that would also help. If you don't have anything like that, something with a little bit of weight to it, so it's a bag of sand, if you've got a bucket, or a rucksack you can stuff with things to get a little bit of weight. Anything like that would come in handy for this session. So whatever it is you've got to hand, what I think I demonstrated before, like a big old water bottle, which you can use, or I filled up, still got it here, an old bottle of surf with some water or some sand or something. So you've got options there. Not a lot of time to do that now, but if you're going to watch it on the playback, obviously you can pause and restart. But we're going to go live with that right now. So our warm-up today is very quick. The workout itself, including our cool-down, it's about 34 minutes if I remember rightly. And having said that, I've just realised I don't have my iPad to hand, which has got all the times and stuff set up on it. So it would be good if I got that ready. So for our warm-up, I'm going to start jogging on the spot. So start doing that now while I just get myself sorted out with this. And then so jogging on the spot for now. What I'm going to do is, rather than taking you through all the exercises now, I'm going to demo them as we go through. So follow along with me as and when you get there. It will enable us to be a bit more efficient, won't take as long, and that's probably going to be a good thing for us today. So starting off with jogging on the spot, we're going to do in a second. You carry on doing this for now. We're going to do this next move that I'm going to demonstrate while you're jogging on the spot. We're going to just from one side to the other. Little jump. So now move on to this. If you want to throw some arms into it to help you get across, you can imagine walking through purse first. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. If you do, then you know. If you know, you know. So from side to side, you can use your arms if you want to, or just like this. Imagine you're stepping over a line in the middle, and you go back, gentle jogging on the spot for now. And then we're going to do some, jumping jacks, but low ones, so low impact, not taking our arms all the way to the top. So let's do those now. Relatively gentle. Not going to take too long here either. Carry on those for a little moment more. And just go back now to a step and tap on the ground. So I'm going to quickly explain how this is working. Already gone through it, just in case people are catching up. So keep doing this. So we've got our first round, let's say 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We've got 6 exercises. We're going to repeat the whole thing 4 times. No rest in between, apart from those 15 seconds. There's no gap between rounds. Once we finish this round, we will go straight in to our 1 minute AMRAP. We'll have 1 minute's rest. We'll move on to the next round. So simple as that. So I'm going to suggest, so you can stop warming up for a second. So very, very quickly with introduction to the exercises, if your step is about this sort of height, the height of mine, and you're short, you can do this one using the step. If not, then don't worry, you can just do a normal squat. So we're going to try and squat to sitting. So you're going to squat, come down, tap your bum on the stool if it's not too low. Keep making sure you keep good form. That's going to be our squat. Deadlift, we're going to come down and back up like this. Chest press, we're going to do lying on the floor. Like this, pushing up. Use one arm at a time if you want to, depending on how much weight you have. And I'll demonstrate the rest as we go through because I don't want to hold us up too much more. So we're going to go straight into the squat. I'm going to do to my stool. As I say, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds rest. We're going to repeat this 6 times. 4 times, sorry, not 6. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, I think I got that right. No, I'm talking rubbish. We're not repeating it 4 times at all. We're go through it once. Honestly, it's been one of those days today. Right, so starting with 45 seconds on the squats in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So squat onto your stool if you want to. Don't know what we're talking about with repeating. That was the workout the other day. Nice and strong legs. If you don't have any weights, these are fine to do body weight. So as I said, we'll have 15 seconds between each exercise to get ourselves set up and ready for the next one. We've got 10 more seconds of work. So you carry on. I'm going to demonstrate the deadlift. You've got 3 seconds left. 2, 1. And so deadlift coming up in 15 seconds is this. Keep that back nice and straight. Bend the legs if you need to. Just like that. So we're going on to that in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 45 seconds. Keep it going through. Nice and strong. Go whatever pace you want to. It's not a race this evening. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Good. So we're going to move into our chest press. So lying on the ground, you can choose to hold your weight between your hands, push up like this, or you could do single arm like this and switch So you do a few in each. So let's go now. So keep switching between if you're doing one arm. Focus on those chest muscles. Almost there. And that is our time. So moving on to our next exercise, which is a tricep extension. So I'll demonstrate this quickly. So you're holding your weight over your head. You're going to bring your arms up and then kneel down slightly. You're going to keep your elbows. You're going to bend your elbows to keep that lower part of your arm outstretched. You can, if your box is the right sort of height, you can sit down. That will help. So this is quite a long time to be doing this for. So if you need to have a slight pause in the middle, do so. We've got coming up to 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Bicep curls coming up. And after our rest, again, you can choose to do one arm at a time if you want to. So with something like a kettlebell, you can do that. We'll hold it in the middle. Come up, it's up to you. So 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 45 seconds of bicep curls. If you're going to do one arm at a time, I'd suggest doing, say, 4 or 5, and then switching. You've got more chance then of keeping an even number on both arms. Do the 45 seconds. The key with this is to focus on your bicep. Really keep focused on that muscle contracting. And not swing your arms. So bring it down nice and straight. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to rush this demonstration quickly. This plank rotation. So coming up into a high plank, we're going to then rotate on our feet, hands up to the sky and back. So like this, keeping your core nice and tight, twisting the legs. Keeping your bum up. Ten more seconds. 3. Good. So you have 15 seconds to get ready for this. So side skaters like this, seal jacks are these. And we have 1 minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And keep going. Good work. Almost there. Three, two, one. Good. Good. Rest. We have 1 minute to rest. And we're going to go into round 2. You want your step again. So first exercise, step and knee raise. Step, raise a knee. Switch legs. Do this with or without a weight, it's entirely up to you. Curtsey lunge. 1 foot behind the other, like you're curtsying. Cross the backs really works the glutes. Shoulder press we have done before, so I'll demo that when we get there. Bent over row. You can again use your step or your stool to rest your knee. We're going to do a few switch sides, upright row, and a lying leg hold. I'll demonstrate when we get there. So we're going to start now. Here we go. So step, raise a knee, switch over, same thing again. Make sure you get a nice lift from the knee that's in the air. A nice power with the leg that's pushing up on the step of the stool. You should be feeling this in your quads, front of your leg. If you can't do this, you can just do a forward lunge or a normal squat again. And 3, 2, 1. So we go to our curtsey lunges. As I say, stepping the leg out behind, like that. Hold the weight up against your body. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Stepping out behind, switching over. We try and get as low as we can. And we have 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shoulder press again. You can do this from sitting on your step or stool if you want to. And you can do one arm at a time. You can do both together. Here we go. So sitting down helps with our posture and balance. And just to focus on the right muscles. Three, 2, and 1. Good. Going to go into our bent over row. So a suggestion, use your step or stool to kneel on if it's the right sort of height. So you'll kneel, and the leg that's knelt, you use the same arm to pull up. And again, do 4 or 5 per side, switch over, same again. If you have a single, like a bar or something, then both arms together. Try and make sure with this, you get a nice squeeze in the upper part of your back as you come up to the top of this. We're going to come into an upright row. So upright row, we hold our weight in front of us. If we hand with one hand, we're going to pull it up, keeping sure that elbows are always above our wrists. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's really going to work those shoulders. Less than 10 seconds. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1. Good. So our last exercise of this round, we're going to lie on the ground, focusing on our abdominals, and put your hands underneath, lower part of your back if you like. We're just going to raise our feet about an inch or so off the ground. So that's our time, so 45 seconds. If you find this a challenge, holding this position, then you can do some adjustments. You could do some knee-ins, making sure that you return back to that hold and that your feet do not touch the ground. So if it's easier to do a knee-in in between, take it back. Keeping those heels off the ground, but not too high up either. So in 3, 2, 1, good. That's our time. So we have our second arm up coming up in a few seconds, and this is going to be, show what I've done here, 4 lunges and 8 jumping jacks. So 4 lunges in total, forward lunges, alternating legs, and then 8 normal jumping jacks. Keep this going. 3, 2, 1. Good, well done. We've got 1 minute. So we're now going back into the same exercises we did in round 1. So we've done these before, except this time we are making it shorter. 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest still. So make sure you're getting some water in this gap. So again, if you want to squat onto your stool, if you can do. If you can't, that's completely fine. Make sure you catch your breath, towel down if you need to. Do get some water. We have another 15 seconds. And then we're starting over again. So basically repeat what we've just done. Starting off with that squat in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So if you are using something, don't actually rest on it. It's just a case of tapping your bum on that. And you carry on. That will be your 30 seconds. Something went a bit wrong there. Not quite sure what happened. So into our rest, we're going to a deadlift next. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. If you missed something in my programming of my countdown timer today. And 3, 2, 1. So we're going to go to the floor for our chest press. Same thing as we did before. If you want to do single arm, easier this time to do 15 seconds on each, and I will give you the time. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. So making sure you keep a balanced amount of energy and work on each side. And that's 15 seconds. So switch over to the other arm if you're doing single arm. If you're doing both arms together, you just carry on. And that is our time. Coming up into our tricep extension. Again, just 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. You can sit down to do this if you wish to. And we're coming into our last 3, 2, 1. Good. So it'll be bicep curl next, and again, I'll alternate arms to do 30 seconds, 15 seconds, sorry, on each arm. So we'll start that in 3, 2, 1. So with this, again, try and make sure you're not swinging your body. All the work is coming from here. You might find you need a different weight to do this. It might be too heavy to use the same weight you've used. The rest of it, that's 15 seconds. Carry on to the other arm. Good, that's our time. So plank rotation, like before, hold that high plank, rotate on your feet, raise the arm above you, keeping your hands below your shoulders. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Final exercise of this round. And look up with your hand as well, like I just forgot to do. Almost there. And that is our time. So we've got a few seconds before we go back into our original line wrap. Same as before, those side skaters and then those seal jacks for 1 minute in a continuous loop. And here we go. And 3, 2, 1. 1 minute's rest. Then we have our final round. Final round is the same as the second round, except again, 30 seconds of work as opposed to 45. I hope you're all feeling good. There's 9 minutes left of this workout, including a cool down, not including stretches. So We're well on the way, nearly finished. So our last 15 seconds, coming up to 10 seconds now. So get your step back in place, your weight ready, because in 3, 2, 1, step with the knee raise. Remember, power with the leg, stepping up, and again also power with the knee that's being raised up as well. Three, 2, 1. Good. So curtsey lunges, lunging out with the legs behind. Nicely works the legs and the bum as well. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Try and get that back knee reasonably close to the ground. That means taking a slightly shorter step back and do that. Do make sure you get that crossover. And that's our time. So we're going to a shoulder press. I'm going to sit down again for this one. And again, if you're doing one arm, half and half, 15 seconds on each, and I will call that time. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. And that's time, switch over. And that is time. So bent over row is next. Again, use your stool step if you want to or can do. It does make it slightly better to do that, making sure that you're lifting with the knee, same leg you have bent. And here we go. Feeling that squeeze at the top. We'll do 15 seconds on each arm again. So I will call out that time. 2, 1, change. And we're coming into our upright row. So remember the upright row, keeping the elbows above the wrists, pulling it up to our chin. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1, good. So we're going to get lying on our backs again. So for those leg raises, again, you can, if you want to, raise your knees and if you need to, but keeping your feet off the ground. Here we go for the entire 30 seconds. Not too high, just a little bit hovering above the ground, basically. Like I said, if you need to do a knee in, just to give yourself a little rest, do so, but bring yourself straight back into this position, and that's time. So 15 seconds before we go into our final unwrap. So as before, 4 lunges, 8 jumping jacks, and that's it. There's no more after this. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. keeping as much energy here as you can. Nice high arms at this point. Landing gently on your toes. To the last piece of work, 20 seconds left. Three, two, one, and that is it. Catch your breath for a moment. Grab yourself some water. While you're doing this, do try and just keep yourself moving gently. So a step and a tap is fine. You can do some jogging on the spot if you want to. We are going to do something slightly more structured in our cool down. So like we did at the beginning, rather than doing this, I want us to do it as gentle. Jump, swing your arms, very gentle. Again, imagine you've got a little line, not too much energy here. So jump on a bounce. Two more. And now we're just going to step and tap. Now if you want to put twist into it and use your arms, trying to do going to keep us going for a little bit longer. It's important just to slightly, gradually reduce our heart rate before we go into our stretching. Particularly as we had those 4 AMRAPs which are quite intense. Notice that I was nice. There were no squat jumps and there were no burpees this time. And also no mountain climbers. I've had complaints about those as well. Complaints are noted. They are acted upon sometimes. I say complaints, you know what I mean. However, I am not promising that those exercises will never be part of these sessions because they're good exercises to do. So keep doing that for a little bit longer. Start to slow that down. Last few seconds. And then we're going to go into a few stretches and then we are done. And that's the end. Good. So we're going to lie down and do a couple of stretches here. First of all, so we're going to start off with what we did the other day. So knees bent, feet kind of hip width apart-ish, and we're going to keep our hands outstretched, arms to each side, shoulders on the mat, on the floor, and just rotate those legs as far as you can whilst keeping your shoulder and arm on the ground. So one leg is going to touch the ground completely. The other one, as you can see here, is still up in the air because I'm not flexible enough to get it down. I'm going to hold this here for a moment. Raise them up and do the same thing on the other side. You might find that one side you can get the leg lower than the other. And bring them back to center. We go back to our normal or standard glute stretch. So ankle onto opposite knee, reach your hands through, and pull that leg towards you. Your feelers on the outside of this leg towards the bum, glutes, and then the IT are these bands at the side here. I should say the hip flexors. So if that starts to relax, and it should, pull into it a little bit more. Okay, relax that leg. We're going to switch over to the other side. Same thing again. Reach through. As it starts to relax, pull into it a little bit more deeply. And then relax. We're going to come back onto our feet. A couple more leg ones to finish. So we're going to stand forward with one leg, both feet pointing forward. We're going to lean forward in the front leg, stretch out that back leg, having that heel to the ground. I'm going to switch over to the other side. Exactly the same. Bend forward, stretch out that back leg. Do a quad stretch. We've worked our quads quite hard, so find your point that you can look at in the distance. It isn't moving. Focus on that. Pull that leg back. Once you've got your balance, focus on that stretch. Are you stretching that leg enough? Can you feel it? Relax that side. Switch over to the other side. Exactly the same thing. Find your point to look at. Helps keep the balance. Once you're balanced, really focus on that stretch. Good. And relax there. Two more. We're going to have our hands out behind our backs. Drop the shoulders, bring them back. And raise those hands away from you. Really stretch out that chest. And finally, going to bring that arm out in front. Use your other arm to pull it close to you. Relax that side, move over to the other side, exactly the same thing again. And relax. We are done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that workout. Nice resistance-based workout with a little bit of cardio and some high energy in there as well. Thank you so much. If you have any feedback, if you have any comments, things you'd like to do, things you don't want to do, then please feel free to send me a message or comment on the post. All things considered, I'll see what we can do. I'm trying to keep a format of some body weight session and a resistance session every week for the time that we're in this current predicament. So thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Take care.